Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time for Brett. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos or topics, reactions, commentaries, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or on my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. It'll be for pretty much any type of video. And this is for the 2023 film Talk to Me, which was this big horror film for like 10 minutes. Although nobody talks about the film now. But it made a good chunk of money, got a lot of good critical notices, has like a 7.2 on IMDb as of right now, and talks of a sequel. So I did end up watching the film because the Brett, thank you Brett. What the fuck was the big deal with this movie? Is it a horrible film and one of the worst films of the year? Not even close. But if this is like the best horror film of the year, it once again cements the fact that this has been a shit year for movies. The story is you have this 17-year-old girl named Mia. She's dealing with the death of her mom. It's been a year or two. It's like the anniversary of her death. She doesn't really get along with her dad. They barely speak to each other. She has a best friend named Jade, and Jade has a younger brother named Riley, and Mia's close to Riley. So, as that's happening, they go to a party, and apparently these kids, and it takes place in Australia. You know this because there's a kangaroo in the movie where there's a significant point of Mia and Riley driving, and they see a kangaroo dying on the road, and if she don't put out of its misery, she can't do it, and passes along. I admit, the first thing I thought of was, oh shit, Crocodile Dundee's gonna get some kangaroo hunters, he's gonna kick some ass. So they get to this party, and apparently it's this thing where there's a disembodied hand, and you're supposed to shake the hand and say, talk to me, and then you say, let me in, and the ghost of spirit possesses you. But if it's for more than 90 seconds, shit goes up creek without a paddle. So you want to get it out within 90 seconds. And kids are recording and laughing about it, and when people do it, what a rush. I mean, back in the day, we did stuff like jerking off or, stuff of that nature, but I guess the kids today, it's, get possessed by spirit for 90 seconds. And, ooh, what a rush. The people in this movie are fucking stupid. They're so fucking stupid. I hated them. I hated almost all of them. Really, the only sensible one is the best friend Jade. Just she said this is stupid. She didn't want her younger brother to do it. She never does it. So Jade is the smartest person in the movie. Now the acting's not bad. The girl who plays Mia, the younger kid Riley. The acting's not bad. Not bad at all. But the film's never scary. There are people going on about, man, this movie was so scary. And I read stuff on Reddit. It's the scariest movie I've seen. Oh, well, it's not the scariest movie I've seen, but scariest movie of the year. I'm like, Care Bears episodes have been scarier than this. The Garbage Pail Kids movie is a scarier movie than this. What the fuck are people talking about? What the fuck are people talking about? This movie is similar to like The Ring and those possession films from back in the day, except it was a Dark Water and The Eye. It's similar to those fucking movies, except thankfully, number one, there's no cheap jump scares. I'll give you that. Number two, the acting's not bad. Number three, it's not two and a half hours long. It's a 90-some minute movie, so I give it credit that it's not overlong and overbearingly long. So it's not like an awful film, and the ending is interesting to a point. But I just don't get what the hell the big deal was with this movie. I mean, it seems fairly similar to a lot of films I've seen before. I found no moments that were creepy or scary. And I don't think it deserves a 7.2 on IMDb. I just don't get what the big deal was. I just don't. I'm sorry. Not trying to be a dick, but fuck it. It doesn't help that these kids are fucking stupid. Just fucking dumb. Fucking stupid. You want to rush? Go on a roller coaster, for fuck's sake. Not this shit. And they have such a crap way of like, okay, hold it for 90. Now we gotta make sure 90 seconds. You gotta take the hand off. And they have no clear way of doing this. Because, like, she's holding on because she's possessed, and they're trying to do this, and the guy flies back, okay, did her hand off. I'm like, shouldn't you guys have better precautions to get this crap off? But no, they don't, because they're stupid. So it's hard to sympathize with most of these people because of how stupid they are, because of how insanely dumb they are. And even when Mia eventually does it, and she's like possessed, and her eyes are black, and she's like this, it's like, yeah, Riley, we liked you, and there's someone behind over there. And like it's twirling around. She has to be chained to a chair, and they can barely. Oh, we went over a few seconds. Is it okay? And she's like, that was great. Now immediately you would think, okay, let me watch the video. Oh shit, I'm watching the video. I scared the hell out of Riley, and he's not having a good day, and all these other people, and I got black eyes, and then they keep doing it. I'm like, fuck all these people. I hope you all die. Hope you die. Except Jade. She was like the only smart one. Hope you all die and fucking get hit by a bus. Fuck all you people, man. Fuck all these people. They're too fucking stupid to live. Too fucking stupid to live. Jesus Christ. So who the hell am I supposed to be rooting for? They're too fucking stupid. So at times it's trying a bit of a drama where Mia's dealing with the death of her mom, and she has a close friendship with Riley, even though her best friend's Jade. Spoilers. One that leads to another. Riley, for some reason, wants to do it. I guess just to be with the cool kids. But you see how the hell she looked possessed. Her head almost became an exorcist. Her head almost became a fucking 360. But he still wants to do it. Jade, the guy's sister, says no, he's not going to do it. No, don't do it. But Mia is such a good friend. She ignores her best friend and gets her younger brother almost like a guilt trip. Like Mia telling, oh, Jade, you don't have to be a bitch about it. We just saw you in a chair, how to be tied with chains, doing fucking exorcism. The pretty things, yeah. And Jade's the bitch? Because she has common sense? Fuck this lead character. Fuck her in the ass. Throw them all through a fucking window while they're on fire. And that's why the scare... I don't know what's scary about it. Some parts were laughable, which I'll get to. So fucking idiots, all of them. So Riley, you could excuse him maybe because he's younger, but he's still an idiot. He does it. He gets possessed as well. And then you think it's Mia's mom, because Riley's possessed and talking like it's Mia's mom, and I'm sorry, honey, I'm sorry. So, of course, Mia wants to talk more to Riley. But then, lo and behold, Riley's possessed and he bashes his head against the table. Again, these kids are stupid to take no safety precautions. He bashes once, pause. Bashes twice, pause. Bashes 3 times, pause. And nobody does anything. After the first bash with the fucking blood splatter, you tackle his ass. No. Boom. They just do nothing. Boom. Everyone just sits there with a thumb up their ass and do nothing. Boom. They still sit there and do fucking nothing. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't take the gun. I'm going to slowly put the bullets in. It's a 6-shooter. Here's the first bullet. Here's the second bullet. People just stand there. Here's the third bullet. People just stand there. The fourth bullet. People just stand there. Here's the 5th bullet. They still don't stand there with a thumb up their ass. Do something. Christ. Well, are you sure you don't hate it? Compared to fucking films nowadays, I could say the acting was decent. Actually, fairly decent. It was short. The ending has a interesting thing. And it wasn't fucking up a character franchise like Ninja Turtles or Indiana Jones or Flash, Michael Keaton, Batman, all that shit. Okay, if you ask me, are you a fan of the movie? I would go, no, I'm not a fan of the movie. And overall, I didn't like the film. Hate it means I have a burning passion of hate and fuel and brimstone on it. I don't have that on this. It's just I didn't like the film. I didn't like the film. I thought the film was rather boring at times. I don't get what was supposed to be creepy or scary about it. Most of the characters were unlikable or just flat out fucking stupid. The whole premise is, again, The Ring. Watch this tape. It's a dare. Here, hold hands with this hand. Possessed by spirit. It feels like there's been other movies that have done that kind of stuff too. Hey, you see that haunted house? Go in it. I dare you. I dare you to do this. Spirits get pissed off. Rinse and repeat. Did you bash your head against a fucking table 3 times and no one does shit? It's not like, pa, pa, pa. Oh shit, it's happening so fast they can't get to him. No. Boom, and like a pause. No one does anything. Boom, then a pause. No one still does anything. I mean, give me a fuck. These people are fucking stupid. And Jade wasn't there. The sister wasn't there. Because she said don't do it. Her, Mia, our likable lead character, calls her a bitch. Or don't be a bitch. Jade's like, whatever, leaves. And then Riley guilt trips Jade kind of pushes Riley to doing it. Yeah, you're friends with this younger kid, so push him to being possessed by a fucking spirit. She's young. She's 17. I wasn't that fucking stupid when I was 17. I wasn't that fucking stupid when I was 10, picking my butters. Too fucking stupid. So spoilers from here on out. Lo and behold, the kid's fucked up, goes to hospital. Rightfully so, Jade and her mom are pissed off at Riley. Pissed off at Mia, sorry. They're pissed off at Mia. Rightfully so, as they should be. Mia's sad. And then there's this guy who used to be Mia's boyfriend, but she's kind of now Jay's boyfriend. And earlier in the film, He got possessed, and when he was possessed, he's licking his lips like a horny slut. Then, like, tries to hump. Then he falls to the ground. He's, like, humping the floor. And he's French kissing the dog. And all the other kids are laughing at him. Including Mia. I'm like, wow, these are all such great fucking people. And, of course, the guy wakes up on it. Wants to delete it. Leaves. Pissed off. Don't blame him for it. But you should have gotten yourself possessed in the first place, fuckface. I thought for a second they were going to fuck up the dog and kill the dog or something. I'm sorry, would you let a dog go near someone who's possessed? Whether they're humping a fucking floor or not, but they're lucky something didn't happen with that dog. Because, yeah, when I see someone possessed on the floor, that you have to tie with fucking chains around, so you know you gotta tie them with chains around, but let the dog just go up and fucking, they're touching and grabbing the dog. You're lucky you didn't grab and snap the dog's neck. What if that happened? What the fuck would you have done? Jack shit. And the scene that really culminates in this is Mia starts seeing visions. There's a bit where she's with her old boyfriend, who is now Jay's boyfriend, and Mia's such a good person that even though she fucked up, she helped push Riley into this and get him fucked up. Even though that, yeah, this is your old boyfriend, but you know it's your friend Jade's new boyfriend. You're lying next to each other, and she does this thing like she puts her arm right next to him and starts looking at it. I'm like, is this like the new age of copping a feel? Put your arm next to each other like this? She sees a vision of an old-ass woman going up and sucking on the guy's foot. And the foot's like, oh, in her mouth. And when the guy wakes up, Mia has her mouth on the guy's foot. I'm like, this must be Quentin Tarantino's favorite scene. Talk about your foot fetish. So, not biting, not eating, sucking on the whole foot. Got the whole foot in her mouth. What? That's supposed to be scary and creepy? Someone sucked on someone's foot? What the fuck? I don't know why. That reminded me of something that would be in like Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell. Or something like that. So I guess if you're scared on someone sucking your foot, here's the movie of the year for you. And, you know, thankfully the guy's smart enough to leave. So maybe he was the close to being the second likable guy. Likable person. So she keeps having visions of her mom, and her mom saying that, you know, Riley needs our help. Riley needs our help. Now, of course, if you see enough of these movies, you know that's not really her mom. Because if it was her mom, then she'd be saying, you know, helpful things. You know where this is going to go. Her dad tells her, listen, I'm sorry to break this to you, but your mom did kill herself. It wasn't an overdose. Here's her suicide letter. I didn't want to tell you. The ghost tells her he's lying. She's freaking out. In the midst of freaking out, she takes scissors and stabs her dad in the neck. So I guess he died. I guess. I think. At one point, she sees Riley in the hospital and does the hand thing again and sees visions of Riley being tortured. So she's led to the hospital. The ghost is telling her, you need to end his suffering. So, thankfully, this hospital is such shit, dog shit hospital, that she takes this guy, this kid who can barely move, puts him in a wheelchair. She's able to roll his ass outside of the fucking hospital where no one notices a goddamn thing. Until ultimately Jade sees this. So all these people in the hospital should be fucking fired. Shit at their jobs. And then she's at the highway. She's going to push the kid into the fucking. Why that would have to be the way to end his life, I don't know. I mean, when you think close the door and put a pillow over his face, you think that would make more sense to end his suffering. No, I'm going to control you to take him in a wheelchair, take him out of the hospital, away from the premises, to a fucking highway, and push him into a car. Again, not find something and poison him, uh, put a pillow over his face. Nah. Fuck it, I guess. And why does this ghost need Riley dead so much? For the shits and giggles? It's never answered. Like, why does this ghost have a hard on for Riley? I guess because it's just evil, wants to kill just for, I don't know, bored? Out of their fucking mind? I don't fucking know. There's no... Even like The Ring, you find out a bit of the history of what happened, and even like you just wants... You think it's to end this girl's poor suffering, but you realize that she's evil and she just wants the world to suffer. You get none of that in this. You find out nothing about the ghost. You find nothing about the story, the backstory. Nothing's told about it. So you get no information on that front. I did no backstory on it. So it's there's nothing really intriguing or interesting. I just the bitch is bored. The ghost bitch is bored out of her fucking mind. And sorry about my stomach. Apparently my stomach is bored with this review. Sorry. It's almost over. Bear with me. And the ghost says something to the effect of, he's almost ours. I guess that snaps her out of it. Now, you think I thought it was going to be a lot more of a struggle. They're going to play more into the earlier scene where she can't kill the kangaroo because she doesn't want to, even though it's suffering, she lets it go. I thought I was going to play a little bit more into that. I mean, I guess it does a touch, a tad, but I don't know. I just something about it I thought could have been, I don't know, even more of a struggle of wills to play with the suspense more, or just play with the inner battle more. I don't know how to put it. But then she stops. Then we're in a random car, and you see that it swerves, and then you see the Mia on the road. She gets up, and I said as soon as she did that, oh, she's dead. Especially when the next moment she's in the hospital and no one's acknowledging her. Like, she's all bruised, bladdered, bloody. Doctors would be like, oh, let me help you, blah, blah, blah. No, the fact that she's completely ignored, I'm like, okay, she's dead. And she is. But she's able to see that Riley's okay and woke up and talked with her family. I guess even Riley's not broken up about Mia being dead. You think eventually, because Riley was good friends with Mia. Also, Jade, I get that you're mad that what Mia was doing, but by this point you don't realize that this possession thing's real, and maybe your friend was possessed, so... Like, you don't realize that, so you think there'll at least be a little bit of sadness with Jade that her best friend's dead? Oh, she was possessed into this, so that's not her fault, but no. They only have a rat's ass. Because there's even a shot where Jade is with her brother, and is strictly looking at her brother. She's never looking at the road and tearful or shaking her head or nothing. Just totally... Which I understand is her brother, but zero shits given for what we come to know as her dead friend on the fucking road. And after all the events, anyone would realize that, oh, she was possessed. Especially the shit you saw earlier. But fuck do I know. So Mia is in a hospital, sees her dad enter an elevator. I don't know, elevator to heaven. I don't know. Everything goes black. And I thought this was an interesting visual motif where everything went to black, and then she sees a light and a hand. She grabs it, and it's another group with a hand. I let you in, and that's her realization of she's a spirit. So I didn't mind that ending and the point of, okay, it's an interesting reveal. Even if before you realize, oh, she's dead, is it a nice reveal for the character? Although I can't say I feel bad because I think she deserved it. You're an asshole. Well, fuck it. I'm being truthful. She deserved it. She deserved it for being such an idiot. She being such a moron. Her dad was an asshole. She didn't want to talk to her dad. Didn't want to listen to her dad. Didn't want to listen to her friends. Didn't want to listen to Jade. Pushed Riley into doing this. Almost got the Riley kid killed. Multiple times. Good. I'm glad. Fuck the character. The actress did a good job for what she was given. So it's not the actress's fault, but it's just a lot of stupid fucking people. The first shot is a guy in a party looking for his brother, and the brother stabs him and then kills himself. That's only there so that we see the brother later to give a little bit of exposition, which was only, well, that Riley kid, the longer they're in the body, they'll get tired of it and they'll leave. Now, I don't remember how the fuck he knows that, but none of these other people know. Because obviously it did not leave his brother by that point. So I don't remember how the fuck he knew that, but nobody else did. But whatever. He just knew. And that's the point. What was supposed to be scary about this film? What was creepy about this film? I don't know. The image of someone's foot, not in their ass, but in their mouth. Oh my god, she's sucking on a guy's foot. That's Tarantino's wet dream. It's so scary. Like, this is... Fuck it. The film sucks. The film sucks. Talk to my ass. Talk to my ass. I have... You know what? I'll just go back and watch Dorsey Scott's The Changeling. I'll go watch... Hell, even the actresses of Emily Rose. Malignant. Oh, Malignant does something very interesting and different, but that bombs. And people shit on it. Just wasn't just another possession movie. It wasn't like The Conjuring. Even though James Wan already did that. But why was it like The Conjuring? He tried to do something like, Basket Case. But here you go, another possession movie. At least thankful there's no shitty jump scares. I'll give you that. At least thankful it's not 2.5 hours long. I'll give you that. What they fucking do. Later.